All right, here's Kendall.
You.
Scanning the turbo chassis. Well, some of the turbo chassis. That was not interesting at all. That actually got pretty interesting. All right, here we go.
So we just took a scan of the fender that I took and aligned it with the scan of the rear engine bay.
Nice.
And this is looking pretty good.
It is. And then we'll scan the next side.
Yeah. Next scan.
So that is all of this. Not that part. Sort of got a car up here, so we won't have much access for the top, but we'll do that part later. A little more reflector dots here helps us pick up more data. This makes it easier for the scanner to pick things up.
Not easier, required.
Not easier, required.
Yeah,
There's also scan spray, which we have not sprayed.
We're using the laser mode, which needs the markers to track.
And it helps line everything up too. The tape is also supposed to help with these compound curves. It can be difficult. So we heard that the tape can be helpful. So we've got some tape there. We've got some reflector dots evenly spaced at random is how it was put to us. Optimal placement is evenly random spaced, whatever that means. So we've got a few of these dodecahedrons with reflective dots over them. So got some magnets on those. The rest of these are stickers. Got some down in there. See what happens. All right. When you scan, you can't be too close. It seems like when you first start doing it, you want to be closer, but then you look and you've got nothing. You've got to have a decent distance there, which Kendall has grown to get a feel for. Look at that. So there's the tail light bucket starting. Tracking lost. That was just one pass, huh?
Yep.
And so are you putting them all together now?
Right now I'm using the connected domain tool, which will select all of the scan data that's connected to itself,
Uh-huh.
so that I can invert my selection and delete all the junk garbage data that got picked up.
Okay,
You can see here the red is what I have selected.
sure. And all those
so
little floaty
now I'm
artifacts.
gonna hit invert and it'll get rid of all the little floaty bullshit. And I can quickly delete it.
Nice. Okay.
This is kind of bumped
What
up
do I
here.
see going on here? Yeah.
So
I feel like this part's seen better days, eh?
yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that.
Yeah.
We can get that on the next pass.
Sure.
So now we've got that fender. I made sure to scan a bucket and a bit of this balance so that we can have some data that overlaps another scan so it aligns nicely.
Okay, that makes sense. So we can line all the pieces up.
And so now we're creating a point cloud and can join it with the rest of our scan.
Hmm.
So here, look, now we'll align it. I like to align my scan as I go so I can see the whole project and see where I need to get the next scan.
I see. So you can make sure you get good coverage.
Yeah, I think truthfully the way it's intended is when you're all done, you come and put it all together. Because it'll reset every time I make a new scan. But it's nice to see where you haven't scanned.
Sure.
And this is why I try to overlap scans a little bit so it has some shared geometry so it automatically lines up good. Sometimes if you don't, you'll have to go in and manually select some markers and say this is the same point here and here so the computer knows what to do. Yeah, look, I don't think that.
I think that
Yeah, that was not.
it found a wrong set of markers to
Yeah.
align to.
And so,
Okay, so
See.
do you just go in and do this manually now?
yeah, so now we'll go realign it. And for that last one, we'll have to do a manual marker align.
Great. We were just talking about that. So you can show us how it's done.
Exactly. So that means I didn't overlap enough scan data. There's not enough shared geometry for the computer to figure it out.
And so why did the computer assume that it went that way? Did it truly pick up a few markers here and align them with a few over here? Even though we place them at random, did it still just maybe connect to or something like that? Like, that was fucked up. If I had two fenders on my car like that, I would not be very happy. Guess I wouldn't like two fenders off my car like this either. So yeah, that seems weird.
So now we have to come in here and find 3 points that are the same with the markers. So like we'll go, here's one. And then what else we got on this scan? Got this one down here. So we'll grab that one and that one. And then we'll grab that one and that one. And now it should know, oh, okay, that's where it's supposed to go.
It looks like even though you got a similar area in both of those corners, you didn't have very good
Right.
coverage from every angle.
And so like,
either
now it's
time.
like, okay, so that's
Right,
that
okay.
corner. And so we'll put it over here.
Yeah, so it looks like maybe you should have had a little more overlap there or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, well that doesn't seem too bad anyway. Though. That's
Starting
pretty
to look
easy
like
to
a
sort
Porsche
out.
now.
Yeah, piece of Porsche. Yeah.
And so now our scan's aligned. And it's starting to come together.
Nice. Have you got a little bit in there on the engine bay, or what is that? Oh, it's the back. I see.
Yeah, that's that.
Okay. So then you would scan the inside of the car to get
Yeah.
this. So when you do that, do you scan the inside and then the underside? So does it put this together from under there from the
No,
engine
so
bay?
for that we'd need
the
to
top?
take our scan. We'll scan the engine bay and take it out and get some of the exterior
Okay.
so that it can align it in space and put the inside where it should be.
And then if you come in here and scan this, like that's the same panel
Right.
as that. So
Right, so same thing, I'd scan this and grab some of this balance so that it can be like, okay, I know where this is, so I know where to put that.
okay, and would it automatically know that that has a wall thickness then? Then there's not,
Yeah,
a
it
hollow
won't-
space in between? Will it
It's
realize
just
that this
scanning the
is
surfaces,
the same plane?
so it won't be like, oh, this is a solid piece, but it will.
Okay,
The other side will be however thick the material is away from it, so there will be a gap.
okay,
And the computer will just think it's invisible space, it won't recognize it as a solid part,
I see.
but it will.
Just the bare
it will
surface
measure
plane.
the difference.
Right, okay. Okay, that makes sense. It's just seeing the surface plane.
Right.
And we'll put the top and bottom of any piece. All right, that makes sense. So what is the next step here? Get more data to just complete this picture up a little bit better? Or? We have decent ones, so we're just not able to get too high up here because we're restricted by the other car, huh? And maybe do we get under here? So right now we've got the subframes off and we've got the studs that hold the subframes back in place just so it'll be easier to align on the computer, and also we can add the subframes to our drawings later as well once we scan those.
Yep.
So is this something that we scan here too?
Yeah, I think this is a good thing to scan. We just need to sticker it up.
Yeah, okay. Well, give me a minute. All right. Next part. That looks like. Okay. That's what we're looking at. This is under the taillight bucket. This is the hole where the intercoolers, which are not mounted, feed the air into the engine bay from this hole here. Usually come together to a Y, then go on. You can see more on that later because we don't have any of that going on here just yet. So, okay, so we've got some more pieces and parts assembled.
Now we've got the exterior body. Now we've got that inner wheel well sheet metal in there. Got it all aligned.
Nice. Do you need more of that, or is that enough? Do you have to get up in there, or?
That's the where the air comes out of this
Nice,
duct,
okay, yeah,
so that
duh.
is just a hole.
Done. Never mind that question. Shit. Okay. Okay, so the next step is that same section, but on the right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
Stick it
See you on
down.
that side. Okay, so we're scanning a bit of the right side fender, and I'll grab some points to help align it. We'll start scanning the interior. The sheet metal interior. It's not like there's fancy leather seats or anything, or like a sunroof or a roof at all. It's like the inner wheel arch. So that is the back seat area. This here is the back seat. This is the rear package tray. This is where the rear, the DME is stored, where the shocks mount to. And that is the engine bay and then the back window. So we will be able to get a more complete picture with all of this. And we'll go on to scan the underside of the engine bay as well. That's how that looks here as it gathers more. Nice. So it looks like we're reaching the edges of what this scanner can pick up down a deep hole. And we'll get a look at what that's here. So the circle that we were looking at is that hole. It's where the wire harness goes through to the tail lights. But he was able to get most of that. So that's pretty good. Hurry up and wait. What pieces are aligning right now?
So every time you align, you gotta realign everything.
Okay.
So I'm just starting from the beginning
Okay.
and piecing it all together.
Okay. And this is what you were saying earlier, you don't usually do this every time.
Yeah,
Just
the
gather
way
all
I
of it.
think it is intended is you do this at the end when you're done.
I see. But you like to
But I
assemble
like to
it
do it as I go because it gives me, it's easier to see
if you've missed
what's
a spot.
scanned and what is not.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like if there's a void in a part, you can see it when everything's aligned and be like, oh, I need to go hit that area again, or oh, I haven't done that corner.
Okay, sounds good. Right. Okay, there we go. I was not recording what I thought I was. And Kendall has scanned the underside of the chassis. And so this area here is the engine bay. This is where the tunnel for the transmission goes. And those two tubes there, right there, are for parking brake cables, which we don't really care for, but this is the underbody. And Kendall can clean it up a little bit and then attach it to the rest of the scan pieces. We'll let that go down and come back to it. Very cool. Turn it around the other way. See the top. Nice.
Let's see, I need to get that. Bottom of the frame ring. Kind of that
area.
All right. There's Kendall. Very safe at working with jack stands stacked on wood mostly, and a safety bucket, and just a piece of car. So if there's a problem, it's just a piece of car.
It's only half a car.
Yeah, it's not even, it's empty. It's like half a sheet metal, half a chassis. It's like an eighth of a car. So, you know, really safe.
Safety third.
Safety third. All right. Maybe we should put some scales under there and see how much weight a safety bucket can. Look at that. I hope no one gets a seizure from your laser beams coming through here. It's funny, those laser beams are similar to the tape laser beams.